Interesting game there. And now we have Mr. Duda. So in the latest video, I just finished playing Hikaru. We drew. I'm at 3.5 out of 4 in Title Tuesday. Feeling good. Now I have world number 8 blitz player Jan Christoph Duda. And then afterwards I play Andrew Tang, aka Penguingm1, who's a speed chess specialist. The Grunfeld. What line am I gonna play? I'll play e3. Apparently it's called the Schlechter. And then I'll go b4. Trying to play against the c5 Grunfeld break. I'm not sure if I've actually played this before. Just felt like playing it. Okay. Yeah, this feels like I might have run into not necessarily theory, but something I didn't want to sign up for. If I can keep this pawn structure intact, I won't be complaining too much. But we'll see. The good thing is you can't go c5 because b5 hangs and you're not really... Well, maybe you are. This is interesting by Duda. He's giving up the bishop pair, and I'm trying to understand why, because I think I'm pretty happy with this bishop. Like, I think I should be quite happy here. I'll go rook c2, overprotect a2, overprotect d2, but I'm really preparing to slide my rook in. And the point being is if this knight moves, c6 hangs. If the queen moves, b5 hangs. So there are some threats. We'll double the rooks. Now, if the knight moves, I have knight b1, hitting the queen and hitting c6. I mean, I can technically push this. I'll do it. Wait. Maybe I shouldn't have. Rook takes, bishop e3, rook d3. Did I miscalculate again? All right. I should have something here. I'm gonna keep playing in the way I want. I sacrificed the pawn, but I have a bunch of threats. Knight c5, bishop c5. Because black's pieces are really poorly placed. The knight hasn't developed, this knight's on e8. But it's hard for me to explain my thoughts. Because this is like kind of just an intuitive feeling that the coordination of black's pieces is so off right now that I should have compensation. Now I'm threatening the rook. I'm threatening the knight, and I'm preparing to hit this. No, it has to be losing. This has to be losing. Oh man. We're threatening this. Check. Check. Let's go! Jeez. He made it way harder than I was hoping for. My conversion was brutal here. Those knights, those pesky knights. And maybe my conversion was completely fine, but getting low on time is still something that is an issue. We got another tough one. We got Mr. Tang here. The late editions, I mean the early editions are really stacked, but these days the late editions also bring out everybody. Like the Europeans play the late edition now, and then all the top North Americans. I guess we'll just play something solid. I'll go g6. Maybe bishop e6 and just try to queenside castle. Bishop e6 is kind of, it's not really ideal in a couple ways. Because by keeping my queen on e7, it prevents white from playing f4 in some variations. Queen here, I was gonna go queen b4. But I want to discourage f4. I can also go knight c8, knight d6 if I want to play standard Carlsbad. Okay. As I said, I want to bring the knight to d6 to get some standard Carlsbad counterplay. There. Sure. If everything gets traded off and I kingside castle, it's hard to imagine I'm worse there. White might look to double up on the e-file. There's a couple of ways that happens. And this is also a long-term threat, is this bishop g6 idea, which is not my favorite thing to see. Because that might force me to take. If I don't take now, how do I deal with bishop g6? So that's a bit of a problem with my position, quite frankly. Am I missing a move? Don't think I am, but then I've done something wrong here. And I thought I had a decent position, but if you ask me right now, I definitely am not bullish. Because white had weaknesses around the king, but I'm not able to take advantage of that, and even the d4 pawn is isolated, not able to take advantage of that. This knight is running around and causing big problems. I mean, I'm going to go rook e8 next move, but it's hard to be happy here. Queen f7 defends this, and I gotta watch out for checks. Yeah, I thought that might happen. That was a tough one. Oof. That was a tough one. I was worse, and then I started to stabilize a little bit. Still worse, but this is probably where I feel like now it's an unclear position because white's king isn't safe, and if my bishop ever gets good, bishop versus knight, you know, it's like I can get some counterplay, but I was definitely worse before. And then h5, I'm just trying to open things up. I take, rook takes, good move. The knight on e5 is the best piece on the board. The good thing about getting the rook on d5 though is I stabilize. I defend a5. I also prevent any sort of like pawn push that might open up the diagonal. So I'm still worse here, still worse. And after queen e4, I'm like starting to realize the knight is like potentially loose after a move like c5, but I also have loose pieces. c5, what's happening after knight f7? Am I losing? Am I winning? And c5 works, but it's like everything just trades off. So I played rook d6 because here I was like, wait a second, I'm actually up on time now and the tables are turned. If everything trades off, look at white's pawns. Not very good quality, and I have pieces around my king. Now I went c5. He took. That's a blunder. We're at 2 seconds each pretty much. Check. Yeah, it was interesting at least. Interesting game.